Hello, I'm Dr. E. Bernard Jordan, and we have a very disturbing report today. Something coming out of the Word Network with the president, Kevin Adele. We have today with us Dr. TERESA HAIRSTON, CEO of Books to Live By Publishing Company from Atlanta, Georgia. We have Dr. UA Thompson, president of the Urban Divinity School in Greenville, South Carolina. And we have Bishop George Bloomer, pastor and founder of Bethel Family Worship Center in Durham, North Carolina. How are y'all doing today?
Doing wonderful.
Fantastic.
Well, listen, we have a situation here where some disturbing texts came out from the president to Bishop George Bloomer. Bishop George Bloomer, tell us, what did you think about these texts that came from a man's network that you were once on?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having us this afternoon. And I believe that this is one of those conversations that needed to be had a long time ago, and we're forced to have it now. And I think it's very appropriate. Having said that, not only was I on his network, but I served as the face of his network for some 8 years. And I had 3 shows on the network. Rejoice in the Word, which was on Friday nights. The First Word, which was a program where other ministers could come and minister and get their ministry products into the hands of people. And then Spiritual Authority, which was my regular television program. I enjoyed being on the Word Network, and I don't know what got into him, but whatever it was, it did. And what got him got on me, and I was determined to shake it off.
Why don't you go ahead and share with us the text so that people can get the context of what has happened? What was the first text that was sent to you?
Well, before the first text was sent to me, he showed me a picture of a meme that a blogger had put out, and in it, of course, was him dressed as a pimp and several preachers standing around him as his whores. And he showed that.
Hold it. I want to make sure you're saying this right. Hold it. You said him dressed as a pimp and the preachers around him is his whores.
That's correct. That's what the meme was depicting. And in that, in the meme was a 2 or 3 page story listing the names of several preachers who had been on the Word Network or had graced the network's platform. Having said that, he showed it to me, and when I saw it, immediately I said to him, "Get rid of that. That is going to be a problem for us. You shouldn't have this." He said to me, I didn't create the meme. I said, "Yeah, get rid of it. It's bad news." But what I noticed is that although he didn't create it, and I never suggested that he did, he was proud of it. And so I went to my office to change, or to the dressing room to change, and my phone went off, and he had texted the picture to me. When he texted to me this time, he texted the same picture to me, and under it, it says, "You look like a midget." I didn't know that they made tuxedos that small. Laugh out loud. Well, there was nothing to laugh out loud about. The whole thing was not funny. I said to him, "That's not funny." And that started.
Well, wait a minute. But didn't he say in there a tattoo from Fantasy Island?
Well, yes, that, as I was saying, that started the 3 or 4 day texting going back between the both of us on this. He then photoshopped the picture by cutting everyone out of the picture and placing me in the picture alone. and he asked me first because I was trying to connect with a preacher. He asked me, did you get in touch with the preacher Tattoo? And I said to him, that's not funny. Did you get it, Tattoo? Did you get it? Okay, Tattoo. He's calling Tattoo from Fantasy Alley. So we go from him being my pimp to him now being my boss. These are negative connotations. So in one of the texts, I texted him and I said, I told you before to stop playing. Don't play with my name. Don't play with my character. I'm sharing. This is not funny. I then said to him, this has racist connotations to it, and it can be considered as blackface. Now remember, when this text was going forth, it was during the same time that the Prime Minister of Canada had been outed for blackface. So this is right within that whole media the media storm of what was going on in Canada. And I said to him, it's equivalent to blackface. A day or two later, he then texts me a picture of himself standing, and next to him, a friend of his, where he blackened the person's face. That was the end of it.
Okay, this is amazing. Dr. Yue Thompson, we're going to come to you first. What do you think about this here dialogue coming from the president of supposed to be the largest African-American Christian network, doing this and presiding over who comes on and comes off of that network? What would you say about this?
I think this is definitely a painful situation. However, I would like to say this is not something that just developed. This is something that has taken root and is in the heart of this man. And I think he have snowed the majority of the people that he have been trying to basically front before. I'm appalled, and I'm sorry, Bishop, that you had to experience such an egregious situation, and I applaud you for bringing it to the forefront, and all of our various brothers and sisters standing in solidarity against this man and this network for doing such and engaging in such behavior in the 21st century. This is not okay. It's not acceptable, and we will not allow it. He needs to be shut down, and shut down now.
Wow. Dr. Hairston, I know you used to be on the network. Are you surprised at this kind of activity that Bishop Bloomer is sharing with us right now?
Bishop Jordan, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because this man has been a perpetrator of racism for many, many years. He's been unfair to certain people, to several people, and we know it in the community, but we tolerate it many times because his network offers a platform, and for ministries that are wanting to get their messages out to the masses, they use the platform even though they know that the one who controls the platform is a racist person who has really disparaged the character of many, many people who have been a part of that network, and then just goes on to the next person who allows him to use them.
My goodness. And I would like to just ask you, Dr. Hairston, when you went through your situation there, although you may see the racism, do you find that the other preachers were quiet about it, or was anybody fighting for you when you were possibly removed from the network or whatever took place?
I was removed from the network by Mr. Adele because I refused to enter into a conversation where he was encouraging me to make derogatory remarks about a former employee of the network, and I refused to participate in the conversation. He threw me off the network with no notice, and it was just really unfair. And when other pastors called him, he basically told them, stay out of this. And if you want any favor from this network, you won't have anything to say about this situation. So that was what happened.
My goodness.
And there was nothing else that, everybody knew it was unfair. It was very public, but there was no repercussions from our community. And so, again, I'm glad that Bishop Bloomer is standing up and making a statement now, making a stand now.
Wow. And you cannot have no power as a community until you can create a consequential environment. Dr. Yue, what else would you like to say about this situation? Because the boycott is going on, and we want to see him off of every cable station in America, because we've got to begin to demonstrate that Black Lives Matter, and you cannot make mockery of our people, our community, and our race. Dr. Yue Thompson.
Yes, I think we have to send a loud and clear message, not just to him, but to every white supremacist who engage in white privilege, who think it's okay to do what they are doing and saying what they are saying relative to the black community and black people. They need to know, and they need to know now, that the black church is not for sale, the black community is not for sale, black dignity is not for sale, black lives are not for sale, and black integrity is not for sale. And we must stand together and stand up and speak up when these types of things are occurring. This is a sad day in America when this type of behavior continues to proliferate itself and go unchecked. They don't see a reason for even apologizing for it. But we need more than an apology. We need him to suffer the consequences, because he has gotten rich off the backs of black folk, being the majority of the viewers at that Word Network. And that's not okay. We have to send a message. But then at the same time, our community have to stand together, stick together, start supporting our own, start building our own, so that we don't have to continuously suffer at the hands of America's greatest sin, slavery, and the legacy of white supremacy.
Bishop Bloomer,
Wow.
I mean, we're standing with you here, but do you feel as though that the black preachers that are on the network, do you feel as though they're standing with you, or do you feel as though that they're standing, like just watching you?
I feel a little bit of both. I feel that some are afraid, some are. This is the only way that they have to get their message out, message across. Some are standing with me, some are not. I feel is that all of that is going on at the same time, and so I have not called for anybody, like pick up the phone and call to different preachers that I knew and say, well, you know what happened to me, I expect you to do. I didn't do any of that. For me, I feel like if you could hear the story and read the text and see what he has done, and your gut doesn't move you to do something, then that's a question that you and God have to have answer between the two of you. And I know what it's like to. Let me say this. I find myself for the first few days after saying, "Thank God that I came up from under the cloud or the bubble." And I have to put this in context. For the 8 years that I was there, I never been to dinner with Kevin Adele. In 8 years, I may have physically saw him 40 times, maybe 50 times. Now I've spoken to him thousands of times. I never had a lunch or dinner. I never been to a Christmas party. I never been to any of those fellowships that they had at the Word Network. I came in, did my job, and I left. And so I wasn't a part of whatever the culture that he had created was being set. But it was clear to me that someone around there allowed for this kind of behavior to go on in order for him to step to me. And this wasn't just one day. This is 3 and 4 days over the weekend, over Sunday. He texts me on a Sunday and he says, "Why don't you pick up the phone?" And I said, "I'm in church. It's Sunday." I preach on Sundays. He says, well, I watch the game on Sundays. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
So
Well, you know, it is what it is. So I want to say this as we get ready to wrap up in this segment. This story is nowhere near over. Bishop Bloomer,
nope.
Do you think that this network disturbs to be in cable homes in America? I mean, when you think of Papa John, some of the other companies, even Starbucks, because of an incident, they closed down for a whole day and did sensitivity training. When the NABJ, I believe it was.
He says that he doesn't need any. He says he doesn't need any sensitivity training, and he's not apologizing, and he doesn't need any adversity training. Now, I'm African American, and I need adversity training amongst my own people because African Americans, as you can see, are very diverse. So yeah. I don't understand. And he says he's not apologizing. He's not sorry. He's not apologizing. He's not sorry. I think it's time now for us to come together and do some things. And somebody said, what is the call to action, Bishop Bloomer? What should we do? Or send an email, cancel a subscription, sign a petition, hold up a sign, stand up, wake up, speak up, do something.
Hold on.
Something has got to be
preachers
done. And I'm not letting this
preachers
go.
no
I'm not
listen
letting this go. Sorry.
We gotta have the preachers. We gotta have the preachers come off the network. So yes. Last words. Dr. TERESA HAIRSTON, what would you like to say?
We have to be social. We have to get on our horses and ride. And just like Bishop Bloomer said, we cannot be silent. This is such an important issue. And if we continue to let this stuff go and we don't really stand up and come together, our unity speaks very loudly. We have powerful voices. This man has made millions on the backs of African American Christians, not just preachers, but the people that watch the network. And if we all stand if we begin to speak out and say we will not have it, we will not stand for it, it will change.
I want to apologize I'm sorry, Prophet Jordan. I want to apologize to folks who have supported the Word Network. And no one is supporting the Word Network because Kevin Adele is there. They're supporting the network because of preachers like myself who are at the forefront while he stays in the back room and rakes in the bucks. And I want to apologize to all of those individuals who gave their money and gave of their resources, and it did not was not placed back into our community. I personally sent out 1,700 packages on my own dime to people who sent their money in and did not get their product for 1 year. Meeting up with people in the airport saying, Bishop, I didn't get my Bible, I didn't get my book, what have you. And this,
my God,
we expose what is going on. And it's not just the racist stuff, it's the whole money situation where he's taking the money that God's people sow as seed and buys himself cars and horses and brags about it. We must sound the alarm.
But wait a minute, didn't somebody say that you stole some money out of there?
How do you steal money from the Word Network when everything is done electronically? You hold the book up.
Oh, okay.
You offer it as a seed. People call in. The money is collected. That was the smear campaign. He thought that he could go on a smear campaign against George Bloomer. He didn't know that everybody knows me. I ain't stealing nothing. I ain't got to steal. I ain't got to steal. He's the thief. And if you don't believe that, walk around the lot and see the 120, 130 custom cars worth millions of dollars. He has cars on the
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I feel it now.
Hold on. You said how many? Hold on. You said how many cars?
At least 100 cars. He has the Bill Cosby pudding car. He has the car, one of the original Batmobiles from the 60s, which is worth right at about $1 million. The old original Batman. Yes, he has the car from. He is into these to these cars from Back to the Future. I mean, he's got them. He's got one of the presidential limousines that Bush rode in. And all of this,
Okay.
we're telling people to sow a seed and believe God, and they can't get their product.
Dr.
I
Jordan,
apologize.
Bishop Bloomer.
But the whole time I was there, I made sure that when I heard it, I took care of it.
Okay. Dr. Yue, you have the final word, and then we got to wrap this up.
Man, I tell you, listen. Preachers, please, we have to also remember, we have to guard against some of the stuff that we allow in our pulpits and allow in our churches. We cannot tolerate this man doing this to our people. You know, if you're not pleased with a product in the merchandising industry, you get a refund. He don't only need to apologize and his network need to go off the air, but he needs to make a refund to the black community for all of the stuff that is being portrayed and being reported that he has done to us. And that refund could be made very simply. We have community centers, we have churches, we have educational institutions across this country that he needs to pour back into the money that he have basically raped and pillaged from our community and from our people. And we've got to call him out, and we've got to stand to it, and we've got to stick to it.
You know what? Thank you, Dr. Yue. I need to get together with you because like Dr. TERESA HAIRSTON was taken off wrongly, I was taken off wrongly, people contracts was broken wrongly, which means that we were shut out of our community. It's like we should sue for $1 million minimum of losses, of damages, of, use our platform, build the network of people on our platform. I mean, we need to call for a class action lawsuit. And I think that we need black preachers to come together now. And, you know, we need to have another conversation about the plantation preacher.
One thing about it also, Jordan, is that the power of the pulpit needs to be employed at this moment.
Yeah.
Black preachers have so much power. They speak to millions of people every weekend. We know where to find our demographic every weekend.
Wow.
During the most segregated hour in America. Okay, listen, I gotta go. This is E. Bernard Jordan with Onyx News. See you next time.